Gotta get them drunk. You can't stand right in front of me. This is gonna be hard enough as it is. You need to sit your ass in that chair. I've been in a lot of weird broadcasting situations, but this is not one of them. First of all, thank you guys all for coming, of course. Celebrating my dad. Can we have a big round of applause? Bill Martinez. Big Bill. I want to thank my dad for giving me my mother's height and my dad's hair. Thanks, Mom. Also, by the way, you look great for somebody that's turning 85. I was going to write a really big poem and like this crazy thing, and I actually did, but we'll get to the kind of the sappy stuff now. And, you know, everybody here has had a piece of my dad's life and in some way or another, whether it's through hockey or neighbors. I see neighbors here tonight. I see neighbors from Falcon Lane and Radley Run and everywhere else. And first, you know, my dad was born 70 years ago next week. So that was like 1944, right?
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is that the year he was born?
Yes.
And they etched his...
Thank you, Malvern Pratt.
Yes. And still very strong. Was never my strong suit. Had the gift of gab. Immediately when he was born, they decided to get his birthstone and etch it out of stone. They had a little chisel. It wasn't that long ago, but nonetheless. But first, my dad started out his life as a little tyke like all of us, and first he started out as a dedicated brother and a son to an honorable husband, and then to his greatest role as a father. And you can see his great work on display here tonight. You can see my two much older brothers than I, Billy and Vincent, and our little baby sister, Lee, who, by the way, has 4 of her own kids as well, boys, all of them. So that's the first grandchildren that came to my dad. My brothers, they haven't provided shit. A lot of heartache and agony, a lot of sleepless nights, and I don't think that's changing anytime soon. Did I mention they're older than me? For all of you that we walked around and paraded to all the tables, and this is my son, and these are my other son. Are you older or younger? Seriously? I look so much better than him. I know I don't have any hair. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate everything.
I got more than you got.
So, my sister has, of course, 4 kids of her own and 4 grandchildren to my parents, and I have 3 as well, a son and 2 girls. And that's when my dad, you know, he turned into his kind of his Oscar role as being a grandfather. And tonight, of course, we celebrate my dad's 70th birthday, if you can believe that. 70 years old. Oh my God, it's almost an unconscionable number when you think of 70. I remember my dad's 40th birthday surprise party. He doesn't remember it. I remember walking down to the basement in the morning. I went to bed at I was up late that night till 11 after the Dukes of Hazzard. And I came downstairs in the morning at 7:30 and they're still going at the bar. Who was sitting next to him? The guy that's sitting next to him right now. Don Cindrilla. Where's he at? There he is. George Spencer was there too. You were there too. Don't bury your head in the sand. You were just as complicit as everybody else. And they were still going in the morning. I remember many times hockey trips in the morning. Our games would be at 7 o'clock in the morning in Lehigh Valley, and we'd get in the car. And for some reason, my dad was never able to drive a car with a cup of coffee on the dashboard and have it stay there. He always thought it would stay there, but I wore that cup of coffee 9 times out of 10. He always said, "It's not going to spill." Sure as shit, I'm covered in coffee. Then there were other times where we got in that car when Don Centrella would pull into the driveway and hit the horn on the van, and we'd get in the back of the car, we'd all be in there freezing, there'd be 6 of us in the back of the car, and the parents would be up in the front, drinking old Milwaukee's out of a cooler in the middle of the van. We'd say, "Turn on the heat," and Don would turn around and say, "What heat? There ain't no heat in this car." The only way to get to that trip was to drink, and we weren't allowed. But a lot of good times for sure.
That's true, Jay.
I'm not embellishing at all. Not even a little bit. I could tell some more stories, but could lead to a divorce. Kidding, of course not. You weren't on a lot of those trips, I know. You were home taking care of my 2 brothers who weren't very athletically gifted like your son, and of course your daughter who was very artistic. Well, did a good job. You did good on them too. I mean, look at them. They haven't raised any grandchildren. They're still single, and maybe they're the smart ones. They still got all their money. all $6. But anyway, may we celebrate another 70, God willing, with you, Dad. The only thing is I know is I'm here because of you. And a lot of other people are here because of you. Everybody in this room is here because of you. And on behalf of those who left us soon before this great celebration tonight, your mother, Margaret Martinez, your father, William Martinez Sr., and I can't believe your parents gave you the middle name of Leroy, but they did.
They didn't know that. You should have said that.
Yes, his middle name is Leroy. It's not something he exactly put on a billboard for many years. You didn't know my dad was a 6'8" black basketball player? Well, you do now. Anyway, I could have gotten into a really bad story, but I won't. And of course, my dad's sister, Eileen Martinez Chandler, is not longer with us. And of course, all of us here today. Your wife, my mother, Eileen Martinez. Gibbons Martinez, sorry. Your sister, and the one that we always called the cool aunt, Sue. Martinez heirs, and of course Dwayne and little Dwayne, who's no longer little, he's very tall and doesn't help us feel any shorter. And her family here today, my much older brothers, Billy and Vin, also my baby sister, and I can't believe I still call her my baby sister, but I do, Leanne Martinez Marrow. We wish you the happiest of birthdays. We love you, we cherish you, and lastly, we would not rather be anywhere else than right here with you. Happy birthday.